Now that we have reached our conclusion on the different components of talent and the various different pathways people embark on to ensure that they can be as successful as possible, it is now important to evaluate what we have learnt and how this can affect the way we learn, coach, play, and our general enjoyment of sport as a whole. So, what is learning? According to Houwer, 2013, learning can be defined as a cognitive phenomenon involving the process of adapting one's behaviour based on the patterns observed in the surrounding environment. It helps our cognitive function and allows us to take in, process, and act upon the information we have received based on our environment. Learning is a key component for a coach as it allows them to take up an empathetic viewpoint, which can be beneficial when coaching participants with different social, biological, and environmental backgrounds and journeys. So, which areas of talent pathways have we accessed? There are 5 elements of talent development in which I have covered, which incorporate several aspects of talent and the contexts in which it can be applied. These areas are social factors. In talent development, and different socio-economic and environmental factors have affected sports participation, as well as how different cultures, expectations, and parental influences have shaped the way the sport is played. We have also delved into early sports specialisation and assessed the components and factors that influence early sports specialisation, whether it be money-driven, success-driven, or influenced by other motives. We also looked at the burnout rate, injuries, and the complications associated with early sports specialisation. We have also looked at the relative age effect and how the academic year influences the opportunities participants get, as well as the idea that the first and second quartile birth dates typically have more success when it comes to talent development, as they are most likely to develop earlier both physically and cognitively. We also looked at how rugby aims to combat the relative age effect with their pathway structure. Finally, we assess talent transfer and how acquired skills and traits from one sport can be applied to another for athletes to excel in sports they wouldn't have otherwise thought possible. We looked at talent recycling and how coaches can save money and make informed decisions by scouting players from different sports and nurturing their acquired skills to open pathways for them in a different sporting environment. These aspects of talent development were delivered with the aim to educate the viewer on the different aspects of talent. So, what is talent? The Oxford English Dictionary defines talent as natural aptitude or skill. This ultimately affects the identification of talent and how this aptitude can impact performance, as it is stated by numerous scholars that talent identification should be based on the individual's potential to become a key player in organisational performance. However, the work of Howe, 1998, states that it is clear that certain pitfalls have to be avoided in settling a definition of talent. This suggests that one single definition cannot be applied to talent, as there is various different factors in which affect the idea of talent. These factors include the issues previously raised in my videos, which highlight the different measures people will go to meet the criteria of talented, and therefore a definition should not be applied to encompass the whole idea of talent, as for some people the concept of talent may be the ability to get themselves out of a debilitating environment into a professional setting, whereas for some, talent can simply be interpreted as being multidirectional with the sports they play and the talents they can transfer from one sport to another. To conclude, I believe that talent can take many different forms and have many different backstories, factors, motives, and results. As John William Gardner says, true happiness involves the full use of one's power and talents.